show I've been wanting to do for a long time. It's just kind of short episodes I'm going to be making. I figure I really like football, so why not fucking make a show and talk about football, even if no one cares. But maybe somebody will care and they'll talk about it with me. It'll be fun. So I'm gonna try to put out these videos every week, hopefully before Thursday Night Football. But if work gets a little crazy, then it might be a little later in the week, so we might miss out on the Thursday game. But you know, it is what it is. At least we still got Sunday. So I got a couple of topics we're gonna go over here. The first one is Dwayne Haskins. So earlier this week, Coach Ron Rivera made the decision to bench Dwayne Haskins, and it's been pretty controversial all over. So many people aren't happy with it. I don't necessarily agree with it. Personally, I hate when quarterbacks give up on their young quarterbacks. Coaches give up on their young quarterbacks so early. It makes no sense to me. You got so much invested in the dude, and it's 4 games in and you bench him? I don't really understand it. I get to the part that Ron Rivera did not draft him. Ron Rivera, I believe Kyle Allen was undrafted and he signed him. I'm pretty sure I'm right on that. I'm not sure. And he has that history in his system, so maybe that's what he's thinking. He wants to use him. And also a rumor came out earlier today that I guess Haskins, they claim, was bragging about his stats after a loss versus Baltimore, which that is just insane to me because he didn't even play that good. He threw a bunch of checkdowns for 300 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions, so I guess that's good. But I don't know. And all in all, I think he should have gave him more time, though, because at the end of the day, I look at it like either Haskins does good, and that's your QB for the future, or he does bad, and then you can probably get Fields or Lawrence or whatever other top quarterback there is out there, So I don't really understand it, but I've never been to a Super Bowl, so maybe I shouldn't question Ron Rivera. So the next thing I'm going to talk about, so we missed Thursday Night Football. The Bears, I guess you could say, upset the Buccaneers, even though they were both 3-1 at the time, so I don't know if it's an upset. I think most people predicted the Bucs to win. But if many people saw at the end of the game, though, Brady threw a deep pass on 4th down. He stays on the field. He looks at the refs and goes, like where's the 4th down? To me, it was obvious. The dude forgot what down it was. Like, come on, Brady, you're the GOAT. But, man, you clearly forgot what down it was. Like, you were staying on the field. You were arguing with the refs. You're, holding up 4 fingers. Like, it's not 4th down? Come on, dude. You dropped the ball on that one, Brady. Okay, now we're on to the Atlanta Falcons. Mainly Dan Quinn, but also the Atlanta Falcons. There is no way that Dan Quinn can continue to keep his job. Especially after the Super Bowl. Yeah, he got him to the Super Bowl, so you can't really rat on him, right? But he's 28-3. They blow the game. I remember that Super Bowl so vividly. I'm watching it with my family. Everyone's like, oh, 28-3, no way they're coming back. Everyone leaves, goes home. I stay at the party. I'm like, I just have a feeling. Maybe Brady Belichick. There has to be something coming on here. And it was one of the greatest comebacks I've ever seen. I remember when Edelman made that catch. It was insane. And then you come on to this season. They dropped the game to Seattle. They're beating the dog shit out of the Dallas Cowboys for most of the game. And all of a sudden they go into this soft coverage, everything. Dallas Cowboys come back. Everyone knows the onside kick. To me, it's obvious. I don't think the players knew they were allowed to touch the ball. I think that was the problem. So that's just terrible coaching. The Chicago Bears. You let fucking Big Dick Nick come in and come back and steal the show. And he didn't look good at all versus the Bucs, in my opinion, when I was watching it. And they drop it against Green Bay. Honestly, if they don't beat Carolina this week, I honestly think he has to get fired. And personally, I don't think they're going to beat them. We'll get to game picks in a little bit, but I do not think they're going to beat the Carolina Panthers. And you're not going to convince me it's Matt Ryan, because Matt Ryan, he's a dog. So it's got to be Dan Quinn. He's got to go, I think. I'm sure most Atlanta fans will agree with me, but I think he's, in my opinion, the hottest seat right now. Maybe him and Adam Gase. They're on their way out. All right, now buy or sell. This is actually kind of why I wanted to do the show in general. This is what got me wanting to make a show, because I feel like there's some good stories going on in the NFL. I got a list of a couple teams I want to talk about, see if we're buying them, if we're selling them. And now for me, when I turn in terms of buy, it's do I think that they're going to make the playoffs or can make the playoffs and also compete in the playoffs? So it's not, and maybe that's what most people consider buy is, but I don't necessarily think they're Super Bowl fucking favorites or they're divisional favorites. But I think with 7 playoff spots, that if I'm buying a team, they're probably going to make it. So, and then also be contenders. If that makes any sense, I don't fucking know. All right, well, we'll go. First team I got on the list is the Buffalo Bills. Now, I am buying on the Buffalo Bills. I absolutely love Josh Allen. Out of college, I hated Josh Allen, and most people know that if they know me. But I can say when I'm wrong, and so far I think I'm wrong about Josh Allen. I did not think he was going to be nearly athletic as he is, but he is, and he has a cannon. It looks like it's finally all coming together. Diggs, I think, might have been the final piece, so I'm buying on the Buffalo Bills, and I think they're real contenders. I don't think they're pretenders. I think they got a good chance to make it. Next is a lot of people. A lot of people might call me biased. It's the Browns, and I'm buying on the Browns, man. I got to. Like I said, I'm buying. I think they can make the playoffs with those 7 playoff spots. I think they can compete in the playoffs. I don't ever see us getting to the Super Bowl, obviously. But I think we have the run game, especially once we get Chubb back. Even without Chubb, we still have Hunt. I think we can battle through. Our defense just needs to step up a little bit. And the real thing holding me back from wanting me to really say that they're contenders is Baker Mayfield. And I love Baker Mayfield. I'm fucking wearing his jersey. And I think he's flourishing in Kevin Stefanski's offense under the play action, but I need to see him. I want to see him do it on his own, kind of like he did his rookie year more. We haven't really seen that since then, and that's when I think they'll take the next leap. The next we got the Pittsburgh Steelers. Okay, I don't really like it, but I'm buying on the Steelers. I'm not nearly on high on the Steelers as everyone else is. Their defense is great. There's no doubting that. I don't think their offense is that good, personally. They have not played very many good teams this year, and I don't think their offense has looked that great in the games that I've seen, which is 2 or 3 of them. Their running attack, I just don't think is very good at all. It's like average, in my opinion. I love Juju. I love Deontay Johnson. I think Deontay Johnson's going to end up taking over down there. And Big Ben will always be good, but he's not what he used to be. So I think they're gonna make the playoffs. I think they get bounced out though. They probably have a good regular season though, just based off defense, and their offense is good enough to put up some points and play it safe. So I'm gonna buy on the Steelers. After that, we got the Indianapolis Colts. Now, the Colts, I believe, have the #1 defense in the league right now, but they've played absolute scrubs. I'm pretty sure all their opponents combined for 0 to 1 wins. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure that's the case. So, I don't know how much I convinced them. I almost said Aaron Rodgers. Phillip Rivers, I believe, has the highest completion percentage in the entire league last time I was checking the stats, but I just don't think he's looked that good. Jonathan Taylor, favorite running back out of college. Him and Cam Akers were my favorite. I think he's going to be a beast. That O-line is great. I think they'll run the ball. I don't think their defense is that good. So I'm actually going to sell on the Colts. I would not be surprised to see them in the playoffs. 6th or 7th seed. But I won't see them. I think Tennessee takes that division. I don't think they're that good. We'll see this Sunday. Browns and Colts playoff. We'll see who's better. All right, now we got the Chicago Bears. Just played Thursday night. Nick Foles took over the starting job over Trubisky. I did think Trubisky might have had a bounce-back season. I watched him in Week 1 when he dropped an absolute dime to win the game. And then obviously everyone knows DeAndre Swift still had a chance to hand the the Bears an L, and he dropped the wide-open touchdown pass. But Trubisky looked decent at that game. He ended up losing his job in Week 3 to BDN. He looked average on Thursday night. The Bears can get no running game started from what I can see. David Montgomery, got him on like 3 of my fantasy teams, but he's not been impressing me in the run game. In the pass game, I thought he's looked pretty decent. And honestly, he looks kind of shifty, but it's like, I think he averaged like 2 yards a carry last game, and it's been kind of consistent through the whole season. He has not done much. And Allen Robinson's a beast, but outside of that, I don't think they have much of a passing attack. And their defense, Khalil Mack looked amazing. He sacked Brady one time, and Brady looked him dead in his eyes like, really, dude? Really? You got to sack me again? But everyone knows he's amazing, but I don't think the Bears' defense or offense is good enough. And I think they end up, I think I'm going to sell on them. I'm not buying them. All right, now we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, one of the most interesting teams going into this season. because the GOAT, Tom Brady, went there. They brought Rob Gronkowski back from the dead. LaShawn McCoy, even though he doesn't do much. I'm buying on the Bucks, okay? They're not playing great right now, but they're 3-2. There's been times where Brady has looked like Brady, and there's been times where Brady has looked like he's missing Belichick. But Bruce Arians is a good coach. He always has been. I used to want Cleveland to get him so bad. And they're playing pretty good. Chris Godwin's been hurt. Mike Evans hasn't been healthy. Fournette's been down. Ronald Jones, the last 2 games, actually has not looked bad, and I hate that dude, but he's looked okay. I think if they can get healthy, they obviously didn't have a great training camp and no preseason, so I mean, it would have been nice for Brady in a new system for like the first time in like 20 or so years, probably to get used to it. I think by mid to late season, they should be in the playoff hunt. They'll have it together, hopefully healthy. That defense can stay together, and I think they can make it. They can make a challenge. I don't know how far they're going, but I think they're not gonna be somebody you want to see in the playoffs. I don't think, especially if Brady gets this offense under control and they get healthy. So I'm buying on the Bucks, and I like the NFC. I feel like is tough because I mean I think the Bucks could be good. I think the Saints also could be good. That's a very vague statement, but the Saints obviously has a lot of talent. Drew Brees, love Drew Brees. He don't throw deep anymore, which is kind of sad. I don't know what's going on with that, but they need Mike Thomas back clearly. One team I wasn't going to talk about, but I kind of do want to talk about, is the San Francisco 49ers. And I actually think I called it before the season to many of my buddies I just talk football with. That they're going to have a Super Bowl hangover, and whether I was right on why might not be true because they've had a shit ton of injuries. Okay, and they're still 2-2. They're not doing too bad, but they're in such a tough division. The Rams are playing good again after having an off year. Arizona Cardinals got a lot of hype around them, although I feel like that offense has been underperforming. I think last game Kyler checked it down way too much. And obviously we have the Seattle Seahawks. I had a brain fart. I'm sorry. We have the Seattle Seahawks. Russell Wilson playing MVP ball right now. He is balling out. They still have a good run game. Carlos Hyde's consistent with Travis Homer backing him up. I love Travis Homer. I think he can be decent enough to get them through. Their defense needs to get it together though. They actually signed Damaris Randall from their practice squad here recently. Don't know why he was cut from the Raiders. When he was with the Browns, he was great in coverage, almost a Pro Bowler. I think he went to the Raiders next. Don't know what happened there. Ended up getting released for whatever reason. Maybe he had a down year. I don't know. I didn't follow him that close, but I know he can play good, and I think he could really help their coverage. So they're going to be dangerous. But I think San Fran might miss the playoffs this year. I think there's a good chance. Everyone's like, oh, Jimmy G's back this week. But honestly, they're on upset alert against Miami. I'm not betting money on it, but it'll be an interesting game. They better blow them out if they want people's trust back. All right, now the last thing I'm going to do, like I said, these are going to be short little episodes. I'm just going to look at, just off the top of my head, I'm going to pick every game this week. Obviously, I can't pick the Bucks in Chicago. I'll tell you, I would have lost, though, because I did bet money on the Bucks, and they did not cover that spread. They lost by 1. I needed them to win by more than 4, so they fucked me. But I'm just going to go straight down the line. I'm going to say scores and who I think is going to win. We're just going to do it quick off the dome, and we'll do it relatively fast. The first game it has listed here is LA versus Washington. I think Kyle Allen doesn't do very good. I think he does better than some people are expecting him to, which will be incredibly average. But I think LA beats the dog shit out of him. Let's go 31-14. Next is Pittsburgh, Philly. People are going to hate on me for this, and they're going to say I'm biased, whatever they might. I think Philly pulls up the upset. I don't have a good reason. I feel it in my gut. I'm not betting money on it. If Wentz can get it together, if that O-line can hold up, I think they can put up enough points. I think that D-line for Philly can get to Big Ben. If they can get to Big Ben and stop that run, they can give them a challenge. So I'm taking Philly on the upset this week. 24-17. Arizona Jets. I think it's a closer game than I would originally think at the beginning of the season. I think Arizona is going to win. I think they're going to win probably 28. 28-23 is what we're going to say. LA, Kansas City. LA gets blown out by Kansas City every year. I'd be crazy not to say that. I do think they're better this year than they were last year. I'm going Kansas City 35-20. Next game we got is Jacksonville, Houston. Houston is terrible. Jacksonville is terrible. That being said, Houston's quarterback is way better. Deshaun Watson is still good, even though he gets himself sacked all the time, because apparently he doesn't know how to either throw the ball away or just not. He puts himself in bad spots. So I'm taking Houston. Houston's going to win this game, I think, 24-13. Baltimore, Cincinnati. Another game. Supposed to be a blowout. Don't think it will be. Joe Burrow has been amazing. That being said, I don't think the Bengals are going to win, but I think they hold it closer than most people think they're giving credit for. I think Baltimore wins 27-20. Baltimore. Carolina, Atlanta. Don't think Atlanta's very good. I think Carolina is at least consistent. I'm going Carolina. 30-23. Miami, San Fran. I did say San Fran is on upset alert, but I do not think that happens. I think San Fran wins this game 26-10. I think they win it pretty easily. Fitzpatrick is awful. He's due for a 6 interception game, so I think that's probably what we're going to get for him. Dallas against the Giants. Dallas defense is terrible, but their offense is okay. It's not as good as people give them credit for. They've had a lot of garbage time. That being said, I think Dallas goes up and wins. I think they put up 32-14. I think they handle them pretty easily. Giants has no offense. Danny Dimes is not doing well, and they do not have Barkley, so I do not have any faith in them at all. Indy, Cleveland. A little bit biased here. I'm taking Cleveland. I don't think Indy's defense is as good as it is shown, given they've played really bad teams. Or I shouldn't say shown as it says on the stats. I think we can run all over them. I think our defense can stop Phillip Rivers in that run game. We have a very good run defense. I think Baker's going to do just enough, and with that run game, we win 28-23. Minnesota, Seattle. I think this game's going to be a shootout. Neither have any defense at all. Seattle has the better offense, though, so I think Seattle takes this game 38-28. Pretty easy. I think Kirk plays good, though. I think Russ plays good. I think it'll be a fun game to watch. New England, Denver. Denver's awful. I had high hopes for them going into the season. I like that offense. I loved Noah Fant. I loved Cortland Sutton. I thought Drew Lock was going to sling the ball at the very least. If he was good or not, I don't know. But now Cortland Sutton's hurt, Noah Fant's hurt, and Drew Lock hurt. None of them are playing this game. Cortland Sutton's out for the season. That being said, I think New England spanks them. New England spanks them 27-14. But no, I love Cam Newton there. He's played good. New Orleans, LA. Justin Herbert has been exciting to watch. I'm not convinced he's all that in a bag of chips yet, but I do like him. New Orleans, I don't know what's going on with them. Breeze apparently can't throw the ball 10 yards. All he does is check down to Kamara and Michael Thomas on slant routes, but I still think they get away with a dub here. Closer game than most. I think close, high-scoring game. Something like 30-27. I think it's closer than maybe the stat line gives it. I don't know what the spread is on that. Buffalo, Tennessee. If this game even gets to play. Very exciting game, I think. I'm high on Buffalo. I was not high on Tennessee going into the season, but Tannehill has played well. Derrick Henry is my fucking guy. They run him to death, but, he can take it. I don't think Tennessee's defense is going to stop Josh Allen consistently, so I'm taking Buffalo 27-23. Improved to 5-0. I think they're real contenders in the AFC this year. And that's going to do it for this episode. Let me know your guys' game picks below. Also, feel free to give me topics, give me fantasy football questions, give me anything. Anything you think I should talk about, just let me know. I'm just doing this for fun. Maybe some people want to watch, maybe people don't. I don't know. I'll watch it. I don't care. But it's cool. Just give me the feedback below, and I appreciate you guys for watching. Thank you.